Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Today's video stems from a post that I did last week. I had a t-shirt that said fearless on it, and I went on and I said that I'm not fearless. I have plenty of fear, and that's where this video is coming from. There are two words that are very paradoxical, or they can be synonyms for each other quite often, but it's fearless and to be brave. So many times those are used incorrectly in my eyes, and they're interchangeable. But I want to say that I believe that no one is fearless. We can fear less, but we're not fearless. And here's the deal. I don't know if you know this, but the number one thing that holds people back from anything is fear. I know it's held me back many times, and I am betting that it's held you back as well. I believe that we all have fear that runs through us at one time or another. That's why we don't, I believe it's in our DNA actually, that's why we don't put our hand on a hot burner. We're fearful that's gonna burn us. That's why we don't step outside the roller coaster while we're on it. We don't step outside of the Ferris wheel car while we're in it. We don't step off the Grand Canyon. We don't do it. Fear is in our DNA. It runs through every one of us. So what I want to do is challenge you to not think of fear as your enemy. Don't think of fear as your enemy. Think of fear as a friend, a really, really good friend that pushes you. Do you have friends like that? I can think of, gosh, right off the top of my head, I can think of about 6, more than that, friends who push me or challenge me or call me on the carpet for things. That's how good a friend they are. Think of fear as that kind of friend, someone who's going to push you to the next level. Here are some things that I believe that brave, the word brave means, or courage. To be courageous or to fear less, you have the ability to do things in spite of your fear. Sorry, I gotta move because I'm sitting on my leg and it's hurting me. That's what bravery or courage means. It's the ability to do things despite being fearful. When you are courageous or brave or fearing less, you will step outside of your comfort zone. Now, I have to tell you that I am a creature of habit. I'm a recovering creature of habit. I like things the way they always are. But I know that's not possible. We're always changing, always growing. We're always getting older, and things change. So I've got to step out of my comfort zone from time to time. And that's what a courageous or a brave or a person who fears less will do. A person who is brave or courageous or will fear less is going to speak up and have a voice. They're not going to stay quiet about things. Little known fact about me is I write letters to the editor. If you are a local person, if you're in St. Louis, check out the letters to the editor from time to time in the big St. Louis paper, because I will write letters to the editor. I'm passionate about things. I understand there's two sides to things, and sometimes I don't mind sharing my side. So somebody who's courageous, brave, or fearing less is going to speak up and have a voice. They're also not going to conform. They're not going to be like everyone else. They're okay with being, what's the saying, a square peg in a round hole. They're okay with their quirkiness because they are being themselves. They're not going to conform. A person who is brave, courageous, fearing less is going to stand out instead of blending in. They're not going to play the chameleon or the tree frog. They're going to stand out and shine and be everything that they were made to be from the minute they were created. Someone who's brave, courageous, or fearing less is going to set the bar high for themselves. They're not going to settle and coast through life, because you can do so much more when you're setting the bar higher and challenging yourself and going against things that are just the norm. Hope you're following along. Someone who's brave, courageous, or fearing less is going to embrace who they are, and they're also going to embrace other people for who they are. They're not thinking that everybody has to be the same, because how boring would that be? If we were all the same, we'd probably get on each other's nerves. So someone who's courageous and fearing less embraces differences, including their own. That takes a fearing less person to do that. Someone who is courageous, brave, fearing less is going to really have a spirit of sort of a warrior. Don't mess with me, don't mess with my family, and just don't do it. That's sort of a warrior spirit. Those people are courageous and brave, and they fear less. And then I'm so passionate about this. This last one especially, and it really ties into every single point I just made. Characteristics of someone who is fearing less or courageous or brave, they opt to live free instead of being bound by debilitating mindsets or whatever. Here's the deal. All those things that I mentioned, speaking up, not conforming, standing out, embracing yourself, accepting others, having a warrior spirit, doing things in spite of being fearful, those are not just emotions, because everybody has emotions, but what those are actions. To be brave, to be courageous, to fear less is an action. It's not a feeling, it's an action. So think of times when you were super brave, when you absolutely were courageous, when you were absolutely fearing the least that you could. You were fearing less. You were brave. You were courageous. Think of times like that, and I'll give an example. I was deathly afraid of speaking in front of crowds. Even speaking on Facebook Live, freaked me out. But speaking in front of crowds, getting up in front of, 50, 100 or more people freaked me out and scared me. But when I was forced to do that in different situations, I became courageous. I became brave. I lived to tell about it, and now I actually kind of like standing up in front of people if I have the right materials, if I'm prepared. But think of times when you were so scared, but you did it anyway. And let that example propel you to continue to do more and more and more and more courageous, brave times when you are going to fear less things. So I'll leave you with this one little quote. I'm sure you've heard about it, but I actually love it, and it's sort of a refrigerator note for me. But this is what I'm going to leave you with. She did it anyway because she was brave. So the challenge from me to you would be to do it anyway and watch what happens. So what is that it? What are you wanting to do but fear has paralyzed you? Do it anyway because you are brave. So is it going back to school? Is it switching jobs? Is it asking for a raise? Is it maybe telling on somebody who has abused you? Maybe it's telling that abuser no more. Maybe it's walking away. Maybe it's stepping away from a relationship that has just been very toxic. Those are all things that you need to be brave about. So put action into place, put something into place and do it. Do it because you did it anyway because you were brave. So that's my video today. That's the difference between fear, being fearless, and being brave or courageous, there's really no such word as fearless. I think it's in our DNA. Have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you got some value out of this, or you think somebody in your world would really, really benefit to watch it, pay it forward, pass it on. I love paying it forward. What I share on here is exactly what somebody else has shared into my life. So have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.